What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we are back with a slew of cars that I just purchased from auction. I got more coming, and today we're going to be taking a look at an Opel Omega. Never heard of it? Well, it's also known here in the US as a Cadillac Catera. But before we jump into today's video with the Catera, I wanted to show you some of the cars that I've picked up. I am on a shopping spree right now for 80s and 90s cars. And this one, super rare, 1982 Ford EXP. This is a two-seater Ford Escort with a 1.6 liter. I got this car for like $200. I'm taking prices just off the top of my head right now, guys. I'll have to come up with the actual prices when I do the videos, figure out what these things cost me. But take a look. Not in the greatest condition, but still super cool car. And this one does not run. It has been off the road for many years. So it'll be fun to see if we can get that running again. Same thing with this white Geo Metro LSI convertible. We got the yellow one running. This one I just haven't gotten to yet. My Tesla that just cost me $7,000 for a new motor is back. It is running and it is sold. How about my 1995, you guys remember this, Buick Skylark? You remember these cars? Yeah, I got this one also for, I don't know, $200-300, something like that. Crazy cheap. Next to it is a very rare, only 7,000 of these ever made, Maserati. Sorry, it's not really a Maserati, it's a Chrysler. This is a Chrysler TC 1989 made by Maserati. It's got the turbo 2.2 liter and a 3-speed automatic transmission convertible car. Very nice, under 100,000 miles. I got this for $2,100. Most of these that you find are going to be around $8,000+. These are actually quite collectible and worth a bit of money. Sitting next to the Maserati, we have my 2021 Tesla Model S Plaid. More videos on this coming soon. This one, I don't even want to talk about it. I haven't gotten around to doing anything with this van yet. I probably just need to sell it. Today's video is going to be on my 2001 Opel Omega / Cadillac Catera. This, believe it or not, is a very small Cadillac, okay? It is rear-wheel drive with a V6 under the hood. And this one, clean title, one-owner car. I picked it up for like $3,500 with only 43,000 original miles on this car. Tires are like new. Car is absolutely beautiful. I have not driven this. I have started it, however, but it has not moved from this spot since it arrived. It needed a battery. Battery was shot, so I put a battery in this thing. We're going to be getting to this car here in just a minute. 2021 Hyundai Venue. This I just purchased. It's a one-owner car, 77,000 miles. I paid $8,500 for this car. A little bit of damage to the suspension and a couple of wheels. No big deal, about $1,000 for all new tires, a couple of wheels, suspension components. We'll be putting this one back together in a video hopefully soon. Next, this one, crazy great deal on a 2007 Saab 9.3 Aero. This is the turbo V6 Cabriolet, which means convertible. It's got the Aero package, which includes all of these nice ground effects, the clear taillights. Absolutely beautiful car. For whatever reason, I can't remember how much I paid for this one. I think I got this one for $2,000 even. I'm almost certain. Blue cloth top, not that plastic vinyl crap. This car said it had hail damage. Guys, today, I still haven't found any hail damage on this car whatsoever. Video coming soon. Next, a 543,000 mile 2008 Chevy HHR panel van. You don't see these ever, guys. And with 500,000 miles, you'll never see one like this. My little Geo Metro LSI that we paid $225, $250 for. My Ford Crown Victoria 2009. This was hydrolocked from a flood. It ingested water into the engine, locked it up, and there was some water intrusion into the interior. This one was $200. We got it running and driving. It has cold air conditioning. We ozoned it so it no longer smells like flood. $200. How about that? $4,500 2003. This is a Dodge Neon SRT4. Runs and drives great, makes whoosh whoosh noises from the turbo. It's a fun little car. And then, of course, my $200 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. I think this is a 93, last year of the 4.9 PFI engine. After that, they went to the 4.6 Northstar. These $200, $300, $500 cars, guys, people say they don't exist. I am buying them literally by the dozens at this point. 92 Dodge Dynasty. Guys, I got this car for, again, like $250, $300. Behind that is a 1995 Mercedes-Benz S320W. I got this for $600 in California. In fact, this one came from like Los Angeles, and that one was from like Martinez or Martin something, California. So they were towed here together. That one was supposed to run. The guy says it doesn't. This one does not have keys, so obviously it doesn't run. I paid $300 for keys after paying $600 for the car, and unfortunately the guy that got the keys figured out afterwards it unlocks the doors in the trunk, not the ignition, so I don't know what we're gonna do with this one. Now, you guys ready to get to today's video? Let's jump in to the Cadillac Catera.
Every once in a blue moon, something new comes along that scrambles your preconceptions and turns out to be a whole new omelet. Because while you've probably got a pretty good idea of what you think a luxury car should be, this one changes everything. A car so refined yet so responsive, it just might be the most inspired combination of luxury and performance you've ever driven. But then, this is the new German-engineered Cadillac Catera, the Caddy that zigs.
Or the Opel Omega, whatever you want to call it. Here it is, guys. Absolutely beautiful little car with 43,000 miles. Looks like the clicker works. Too bad this doesn't have remote start. It even has a remote fuel door opener, really. Look at that. It doesn't beep at you, though. Okay, let's open the trunk. And I gotta try this. I gotta try this fuel door opener. I've never seen one of these on a car before. You hold it? Uh-oh. No. Oh, that button doesn't seem to work. The trunk button worked though. This is an interesting car. One owner, ladies and gentlemen. Clean title. And I'm guessing this was a donation. Let's look on the windshield. The tires even are interesting because they're dated for like 2022, which is only a couple years ago. But the battery was completely shot. The battery was also 2 years old. I had to replace it. It was absolutely junk. So this is a charity. I bought this from Others First, Cars Helping Veterans. You guys know I love supporting veterans, and buying a car from a charity that supports them is a great way of doing it. And who knows, it's a gamble. You know, it's like going to the casino, rolling the dice. It could be a great car. It could be a horrible car. A lot of people hated the Cadillac Catera. I don't think it did very well. They were kind of unreliable, but I think this generation, the 2001, I think it actually did pretty well. So back here should be a spare tire. How interesting is that? And that's a full-size spare, guys. That's no BS, full-size spare sitting there. Over here, what do we have? The jack and everything. Over here, not a clue. Let's see what's in here. Is there a fuel door release? That would be nice because it looks like it's electronic. Yep, it is. Uh-oh. Well, it's electronic, and I'm not sure that it works, so hopefully the car has got some gas in it. Such a unique car. I've always wanted one of these, and I've never had one. This one is almost immaculate. There we go. Almost. Can we try this door again? No, it just doesn't do anything. There is some junk. I don't know what they threw, like trash, GM, and trash on the seats. These leather seats are beautiful. Why would you do that? That is just awful. Oh, there's a little bit of damage right there. Something got hot right there is what happened. Not a big deal, not a huge deal. Take a look at the inside of the front here. Again, just a beautiful car, guys. And looks like somebody included, oh, the center caps. Are they missing? Yeah, they included 4 center caps for this car. And check this out. You got this little cubby hole right here. Does it have the books? It does. Has the books. Of course it does. Wow. Pristine condition. Looks like you've got a chiller in here too. You can turn the glove box into like a little refrigerator. That was a real popular thing to do back in the day. Auto manufacturers loved that little gimmick. Of course, sunroof. 4 tires that are like brand new. They're Saloon tires. They all match. They're all dated 2022, like the 50th week of 2022. So relatively new tires. Let's pop the hood. Let's give her a start. Fresh battery, just installed. And look at these floor mats. Doesn't that scream older person, elderly, you know? I love this. 43,708 miles. Certified by Carfax to be correct and accurate. Oh, it's leveling. I didn't realize this had a leveling system. Headlights, yep. Steering, got volume controls and stuff over here, other things over here, don't know what all that does. Air conditioning though. I heard the compressor and the radio.
He started at Texas, had an injury year, transferred, then had a
98.1. I don't even know what that radio station is. I didn't know we had one of those here. Tone. Level. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. RDS, there's a button here. RDS select. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. But yes, the radio works. The air conditioning is getting cold. Took a minute, but it's getting there. Sunroof. Uh-oh. Does it not work? I guess it doesn't work. Sunroof doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Somebody will have to... Oh, you push it. No? It seems like it's a push. I hear it clicking when you push it. Okay. Oh, it did open. There it goes. Hey. Uh-oh. Do you have to hold it? Great. Don't tell me I just messed it up. There it goes. It's closing. So you have to hold it. So then if you push it like this, there we go. There it goes. And you don't have to hold it anymore. All right. See, I'm learning. And then you push it again, and it closes, and you don't have to hold it. So it does work. Headliner is in relatively good shape. Looks nice. Important window works. Less important window works. Let's close them both. A little slow. We do have plenty of gas, which is good. Fog lights. We'll see if those work as well. Signals. Says they work. Voltage looks to be a little on the low side, doesn't it? Almost like it's not charging. Uh-oh. Come on, girl. Boy, oh boy. This was last serviced in 2020, I can't read it. It's supposed to come back at 47,000 miles, so it's like it just had an oil change. Let's pop the hood. And then we got to get this thing out on a test drive before it gets too dark on us. Purrs like a kitten. Unfortunately, this is a timing belt motor, as you can clearly see. I think this is a 3.0 liter. Yes, it is. 3.0 liter. This is not turbo. This should be naturally aspirated. Has an external water pump, which is nice. It's not driven by the timing belt, I don't think, because I can see the pulley right there. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but under the hood, take a look. There's that battery that I just put in it. Coolant looks good. Fluids are great. Guys, I don't know about you, but I think I got a steal of a deal on this car. I don't have any plates on it, but that's okay. There's never anybody out here. We're going to take this thing on a test drive. We're going to hope that battery comes up some, because that is awful low. My seat controls appear to work. We have an old school OnStar right there. How cool is that? All right, let me get buckled up. Air conditioning on. We're going to hit the road. Well, before we do, I found the ashtray, and I'm just curious. No, never smoked in. Look at that. Oh, wow. All right, air conditioning. Whew, good Lord. We could turn that down some. I am going to turn the headlights and everything on. You guys ready? I think we are ready to hit the road. So before we hit the road, let's look over what this car actually is. It says that this is a luxury sedan that was produced from 96 to 2001. It's a rebadged version of the Opel Omega B and was manufactured in Germany. The Catera was Cadillac's first attempt to enter the entry-level luxury market, and here are some things to know. The engine is a 3-liter dual overhead cam V6 with 200 horsepower. The Catera has a 4-speed automatic transmission. It is rear-wheel drive. It has a firm, well-controlled ride, anti-lock brakes, dual front airbags, traction control, theft deterrent system, roomy, large interior, supportive front seats, spacious rear seat that folds to expand the trunk. Fuel economy of the 97 is an estimated 288 miles per gallon and 414 miles per gallon on the highway. Guys, we have found the world's most fuel-efficient car, and it is a 2001 Cadillac Catera. The replacement for this car was the Cadillac CTS. Guys, this car does not get 400 miles a gallon. Don't listen to anything that says it was absolutely wrong. We have a sport mode button, I think, or is that for slippery? I don't know. You got this weird handle right here. No, that's for snow. You got like a snow button right here, and then that's got to be sport mode. You got this weird little lever here. You lift up, pull back, and first drive, guys. Here it comes. Make sure. Let me adjust my rear view mirror a little bit. Oh, that mirror is loose. All right, here we go. This is exciting, guys. For me, anyway. I love getting new cars delivered that I've never seen before, never driven before, and just taking them out on the road and seeing what they do. The brakes feel good, the steering feels fine, air conditioning is awesome, it's working really well. You have trunk release there, traction control, fuel door. We're gonna have to try that out. Sentinel lights, or twilight lights is what they call it on this one. It's actually kind of peppy. Ooh, quiet. Steering, nice and straight, shifts just like it's supposed to. I am very concerned that my voltage does not seem to be coming up. That voltage gauge is looking awfully low. I do not have a jump pack with me, and I have nobody with me that can help me either. I wonder if I should turn the lights off, maybe turn off the air conditioning. I don't know if that's going to help much, but that battery definitely needs to get charging. Cruise control is over here. I have no idea how it works. There's an off button, and then set, cancel, I don't know. Oh, it works, I think. Yeah, cruise control works. Turn it off. So you get up to speed, and then you just tap right back here. Let's see how we do. Get it up to speed. Come on. Speed limit is 65. Oh, we have a light out. It's actually riding great. The voltage is coming back up. Let's set the cruise at 65 and see how it does. It's holding just fine. That voltage meter, though, very concerned about that. Windshield wipers, that'd be nice because I can't really see. You pull it toward, there we go. Oh, yes, thank you. Whoop, pay attention, Randy. That's a little better. We can see a little bit better. I'm going to give it another squirt there. All right, now we can see a little better. Oh, the headlights turn themselves on. I guess you don't get any control over that. And down goes the voltage. Perfect. That's perfect. Like I said, I got no help, and we're going to try to drive this car 10 miles. So wish me luck here, guys. The car rides great. This is a very quiet, refined, comfortable car. Let's tap the brakes. No vibrations, no pulsating in the brake pedal. Let's put on, sport mode changes the transmission shifting. As soon as I hit sport mode, it downshifted. So it's going to hold the gears a little bit longer. Let's, there we go. Oh yeah, it goes to red line in sport mode. Oh, let's slow down. Jeez. It's a fun little car. It's nice feeling the power coming from the rear wheels again. So many of the cars that I buy are front wheel drive, and I mean, they're fine and they're great and all that, but there really is something to having a rear wheel drive car and feeling yourself getting like pushed from the back as you're getting knocked down the interstate, or the highway. This is such a nice, quiet, and kind of a sporty feeling car. The steering is definitely a little on the tight side, and I like it, but the ride firmness is not, it's not bad. It feels like a sports car, but still maintains a nice level of comfortability. I'm gonna need to turn that air conditioning on, guys. I'm dying. Sorry, hopefully the battery holds. If not, I guess we'll just be dead on the side of the road. I'm not seeing any warning lights for the battery coming on. Although, in my opinion, that just seems a little bit low. I want to turn the sport mode off Let's just leave it in kind of a comfort mode. I love this. I've always wanted one of these guys, and to find one with a clean title, Carfax, one owner, with only 43,000 miles on the odometer is crazy insane. So I double checked how much I won this car for, and it was $3,575, and it came from like Fort Worth, Texas. So shipping didn't cost me very much to get it here, guys. I really think I got a steal on this car. Timing belt is probably something that needs to be addressed. It's running great, it drives great, everything seems to be fine. Again, still slightly concerned with the voltage. I'll need to throw a voltmeter on the battery and just double check that. But the ride quality is great. The engine sounds perfectly normal, nice and healthy, needs a good detail, but 43,000 miles. You do a timing belt service on this, and this car is probably good to go for many, 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 many years. Look at the bolsters. I mean, this car is almost nowhere. Memory seating, 3 different memory seats on this, or memory settings on this. We do need to check the fuel door. I don't think it works. That's something we're gonna have to look into. Looks like we got a little cup holder right here, which is nice. You know, European cars really weren't big on cup holders for a long time, and this one, there's just a little hole there and this little flimsy cup holder right there. What is this? This is Wonder Wafers Strawberry Air Freshener. It does kind of smell like strawberries. Oh, and a cup holder right there. There it is. Just gently push it in. There's a little button. There you go. What a cool old car. It's a shame the trunk works. Yeah, that fuel door does not work. That's gonna be a problem. Typical GM, 43,000 miles and it's already broken. I'm kidding. Let's see if it, oh, it does work. Yeah, you have to open it yourself. Okay. And is it premium? Yeah, premium recommended. So now does it still open? Yeah, it works now. I was opening the trunk because I was gonna have to climb in there and figure out how to get that fuel door open. All right, I'm feeling really good about this. Let's check under the hood real quick. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm really excited about this car because you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I really have always wanted one of these. I always thought when the Catera came out, I was 16 years old in 1996. So this is 2001. If you're gonna get a Catera / Opel Omega, you want the last generation, guys. You do, because they worked out a lot of the bugs, a lot of the problems by the time you got around to 2001. So I would have been 21 years old when this car came out. I was just old enough to start drinking. How about that? And here we found kind of a diamond in the rough. Who would think something like this would just be sitting out at a salvage auction, right? Oh, she sounds good. The lights are nice and bright. Fog lights work. I don't think we're having a charging issue on this, guys, or we'd be having some kind of a warning light coming on. Tires are like new. It just never got driven. Oil pressure, definitely at the low end, along with the battery. You know, I don't know. Maybe this car just, you know, likes things to run towards the low end of the gauges. I don't know. We're gonna buckle up. We're gonna get back on the road. Now, one of the things I found on this car is a traction control off button, and you got a little traction light, and of course it's rear wheel drive. So let me just let this guy go. I don't want to spit rocks on anybody. Let's see if we can do just a little. There we go. There it is. Oh, I know I just pissed off so many people. I guarantee so many people are pissed off right now. Oh, wow. She's got some get up and go, guys. Shift's great. Gauges look good except for that voltage gauge, guys. That one is really concerning me. It's going back up. There we go. It's going back up. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Maybe it's gonna need an alternator. Yeah, I'm gonna check the voltage when we get back to the house. I'll put my little gauge on it. We'll see my meter, and we'll see just where she's sitting at with the lights on at an idle. So it's fun. The rear wheel drive Cadillac. And nobody would ever suspect it. And I guarantee you, you are not going to see one of these driving around on the road. These cars are long gone. People done got rid of them, forgot about them, crushed them, sold them to the scrap yards, whatever. It is so crazy to find one of these with such low miles. And it's something that I can take out and enjoy driving. Again, I definitely want to figure out what it's going to take to do a timing belt job on this. But I think once you get a timing belt done, probably a water pump just for safety, you get those two things done on this, and I think you've got yourself a really solid car that could last you a long time. So the voltage meter seems to have gone back up. It's still lower than I'd like, but I have to remember something too. These cars have red lines to indicate where things are in trouble. And so far, none of the gauges have hit those red lines. So apparently everything is still within safe limits as set forth by General Motors when this car was produced. I may need to do a little more research on the voltage and see if it dropping down to that lower mark there is normal. But I mean, the lights are plenty bright. The car is running great. So we'll see. When we get back to the house, we will put a meter on it and just see what it's pumping out, sitting at an idle with the lights on and the lights off. But I've got the air conditioner on, I've got the lights on, and it seems to be running and driving absolutely fine. Again, it's a sports sedan. Now, I know 200 horsepower isn't that much. In fact, my 1989 Chrysler TC that is made by Maserati, it has like 160 horsepower from a 2.2 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. That's from 89. Guys, this is a 2001. This has dual overhead cams. Like, this thing, you know, I feel like it could be a lot more impressive than it is. Maybe they detuned it for some unknown reason. The 200 horsepower from a 3 liter, that just seems wrong. But they've got it geared right, because this is one of those cars where when you really hit the throttle like we did earlier, bring it up to redline, man, it screams. Redline is great. It feels wonderful. Handles the corners great. And going around, sorry, I got somebody crossed over the double line here. Anyway, going around corners feels great. And going through town, it's just an all-around great car. Grocery getter, or it's got plenty of get up and go. It's got enough pep in its step to, I think, keep most people happy. All right, let's see what she's sitting at. This is just at an idle. Headlights, fog lights, air conditioner, and she's running at a, well, it's hard to see on camera, isn't it? 12.72, 12.73. I mean, it's a little low. I would really prefer to see like 14 volts coming through this. So I do feel like maybe it is charging a little low. Let's turn off the air conditioning and let's see what kind of a difference that makes. Obviously, compressor's off, cooling fan is off. That brings it at 12.87. That's still just 12.89. If we turn off the lights, we're up to 13.1. I know it doesn't, it probably comes out washed out on screen for you guys. There you go, 13.09. And this is probably drive-by-wire, isn't it? So I can't even, no, it's drive-by-wire, yep. So 12.8, cooling fan just came on. 12.9. Yeah, I'd love to get in there and rev it up a little bit. I mean, 13 volts with no lights on at an idle is fine, especially considering the cooling fan is running and everything. So not too bad there. It's just when you kick on all the lights, man, that's a little concerning. We may potentially have a weak alternator on this one. Let's turn on the AC again. We put it on auto. Is there a auto? We'll put it on like 70, and we'll do a recirculate. No, just auto. There we go. Let's just leave it like that. Radio. I got my station set. Yep. Oil pressure also kind of set a little low. You know what I mean? But I think it's a real pressure gauge, because watch, when I hit the gas, oil pressure goes up. Voltage does too. Not much though. Not much. You guys comment below and tell me what you think. I am not by any stretch of the imagination an expert on this car at all. So here you go. Everything back on, air conditioning, cooling fan, headlights, taillights, all that stuff, sitting about 12.73, 12.76 volts, and that is a brand new battery, okay? Like, she is brand spanking new, 9 of 2024. We just put this thing in here. I'm not gonna stress over it too much. The little car seems to run and drive very well. I've got a lot more cars coming, guys. I showed you guys everything that I got out here so far. I hope you are as excited about all of this stuff as I am, guys. I just went on a crazy shopping spree. I got up one day and I thought, you know, I'm getting tired of doing these really nice fancy cars. I'm kind of bored with it. So I thought, what is it that I really love? Maybe other people will love that stuff too. And I ended up with weird things like, you know, the Buick Skylark that nobody ever liked, the Maserati / Chrysler TC that nobody remembers, an HHR panel wagon, you know, the 82 Ford EXP, the Dodge Dynasty. I ended up buying so much, I don't want to say junk, but it's a bunch of old cars that most people have long forgotten about. But those are the cars that really get me going. They get me excited. They make me happy. It takes me back to a time when I was younger. If anything, it's probably a midlife crisis that I'm dealing with right now. But buying up all of these old cars, it takes me back. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel younger again. And having these cars that as a child, we were too poor to afford. We, a lot of times, didn't even have transportation. So being able to take all these cars that I saw driving around when I was a kid, knowing that we would never have it, being the kid that people picked on because we didn't have anything, and being able to, well, granted, it's like 35 years later, being able to buy them and drive them, actually own them, it fulfills something in me. And it also takes me back to a time where I feel like things were just simpler, things were easier, because in the 90s, we were kids. We're talking 80s and 90s, guys, we were kids. Now there are some occasional 2000s models that slip through the cracks, like the 01 Catera. Can't help it, guys. It's just one of those cars I love. The 2021 Venue, I couldn't help it. Maybe I'll give this to Nick. I don't know. Like I said, one owner, clean title. Got some work to do to it, but it was just too good of a car and too good of a deal to pass up. And a 2007 Saab, probably not everybody's cup of tea, but I've always loved this car. I mean, I just love this thing. And yeah, an HHR panel wagon doesn't exactly fit into the 80s and 90s theme either, but, you know, again, this is a donation. It's Car Donation Foundation, so it goes to a good cause. It was $800. It's supposedly a run and drive with 500,000 miles on it. How can you go wrong with something like this? These are the cars that excite me. And while they may not be exciting to everyone, I hope the majority of you watching these videos are excited for the upcoming content and for the stuff that you have already seen. Well, I guess I'm going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.